A compulsory 14-day leave of absence will be imposed on students and workers in schools, healthcare and eldercare upon their return to Singapore from China. This is among a slew of further measures announced by Singapore's multi-ministry task force to curb the spread of the Wuhan coronavirus in the Republic. Measures include enhanced border controls, travel advisories, and help for affected businesses, said Task Force Co-Chair, Health Minister Gan Kim Yong, at a press conference attended by several fourth-generation ministers on Monday.
Given the high volume of international travel to and through Singapore, we do expect to see more suspect and confirmed cases in time to come. The government will spare no efforts to keep Singaporeans safe. Since the start of the month, we have put in place a suite of preventive measures and have progressively stepped up our measures as the situation evolved.
The compulsory 14 days leave is meant to reduce the risk of exposure for vulnerable groups of people, for instance, the elderly and children. It applies to all Ministry of Education schools.
So how this translates is that for IT and Poly, if you've been to China and you arrive in Singapore on or after 14th of January, you stay home for 14 days from the date of your arrival. The date of your arrival is day 0, the next day is day 1.
Education Minister Ong Ye Kung said this will affect an estimated 800 students returning from China from mid-January. Now, this only makes up about 0.1% of the student population, which is still a fairly low number. For other sectors, these recommended measures apply. Those who have returned from China will have to give health and travel declarations to their respective organizations and do temperature checks twice a day for 14 days from their return. From January 29th, temperature screening at airports will cover all incoming flights, with extra attention given to flights from China and passengers with passports issued in Hubei. All non-essential travel from Singapore to mainland China should also be deferred. The ministers also cautioned against spreading fake news about the situation. This comes after the Health Ministry issued an order to the Hardware Zone Forum to correct an online post that falsely claimed a man in Singapore died from the Wuhan virus infection.
The flow of information can help to inform, educate, and build trust. But it can also be abused to spread falsehoods and create anxiety, alarm, and panic. We will not hesitate to use the powers under the law to take action against any party that spreads such falsehoods.
While the economy will likely be impacted by the Wuhan virus, Trade and Industry Minister Chan Chun Sing said that measures to support businesses include reducing business costs and retaining workers. Currently, 66 people in Singapore are under quarantine at home or at the allocated government quarantine facilities.
We just have to be psychologically prepared that this can get worse than SARS. We have learned the lessons of SARS, and that's why we are confident in saying that we are better prepared. Keep calm, carry on with your lives, but all of us work together, take the necessary precautions, and we can overcome this together.